Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So today we're going to be doing something a little bit more festive, and it's a jerk spice turkey roll stuffed with a sweet and savoury plantain stuffing. Please also remember to check out my other video, which I shall link down below for you guys, which is the sorrel and cranberry sauce, which is the perfect pairing for this dish. If you like this video, please remember to give me a thumbs up, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff, and I shall see you guys next time. Okie dokie guys, so to start, this is the crown that I used this year. I got it from Iceland. You can also get it from your local butchers, but this one is easily accessible, and I just removed all of the packaging, defrosted it, and then rinsed it off in some lemon and water, cold water, just to get rid of the seasoning that they'd put on there. And then we're going to use the jerk seasoning that we made in our previous video, and we've got it skin side down, and then I'm just rubbing in some of that seasoning onto the fleshy side of the meat. So once you've rubbed it in, got it into all the little nooks and crannies, we're going to flip it over so that it's skin side up, and then we're going to rub some more seasoning into the skin. You want to make sure that it's covered on both sides, every little part of it is covered, and then we're going to fold it into half, place it onto a flat dish, cover it with some cling film, and leave it to marinate overnight if you can, if not for as long as possible. And then once we've done that, we're going to move on to make our stuffing. So these are the kinds of plantains that you want to use. They're as black as they can possibly be, and they're quite soft. So I'm removing the skin, and then I'm going to cut them into small cubed pieces. I personally think this is the perfect size, because then you can still kind of taste it and get the texture when it's in the stuffing. And then once I've got that all cut up, I'm going to heat up some sunflower oil in my Dutch pot on a high heat, and I'm going to fry the plantain until it's a nice golden brown colour. If you over fry it, it might get a little bit chewy. It's not as great. So this is when I tend to take them out of the oil, and then lay them to the side. And then I'm going to finely chop an onion, as fine as I can get it, and I'm going to fry this off in some olive oil. So I add my olive oil to a frying pan, and I'm literally just sweating them off until they become quite translucent. I don't want them browned or anything like that. I just want them to lose some of the colour and some of the moisture. And then once that's done, I'm going to push that to the side, and then I'm going to measure out my breadcrumbs. I use the ones from Waitrose. I love them. I think they're the perfect base when you're making your own stuffing. And then I'm going to add in my plantain. I'm going to whisk an egg, and this is what we're going to use to bind the stuffing so it's not falling apart. And then we're going to season it. So I'm adding in some sea salt, some dried thyme, and then dried garlic granules. And then we're going to add in those onions that we sweated off earlier, and we're going to mix it around. You want to make sure that it's all mixed properly, there's no dry lumps or anything crazy. And then we're going to take our turkey breast crown and lay it out skin side down, and we're going to take that stuff in and flatten it into the breast on one side, down the center along one side, so that we can roll it. And you want to press it in so it's tightly compact as possible, and then you're going to roll it as tight as you possibly can, trying to make sure that none of that stuffing is falling out. It's usually about 2 to 3 rolls that it takes, depending on the size of your turkey breast crown. And then once we've got that all nice and tight, we're going to tie it up, and I'm using 100% cotton string, but you can also get suitable string from your butcher if you ask nicely. They generally will give it to you for free. And we're tying it up because we want to make sure that none of that stuffing drops out when the bird is cooking, because the breast will expand with the heat. If you don't tie it up, it might fall apart, and then you won't get that rolled look when you try and cut it. So I'm flipping it over, making sure that it's nicely tied up at the top and at the bottom. It's nice and tight, so that nothing is literally going anywhere, and all the nice juices are going to stay inside. It's going to steam really nicely. It's going to be amazing. And then I'm cutting off any extra string, making sure that it's all nicely tight and compact. And then I'm going to take my oven tin, this is the one that I use, Place that in there, and you can see that a lot of that jerk seasoning from the skin has rubbed off just because I've been handling the breast quite a bit. So I'm rubbing some more seasoning on the outside, and then I'm poking in a couple holes and pressing in some of the seasoning, and then I'm adding in some water to the bottom to help it steam whilst it's in the oven, because we don't want it to dry out. You know, breast can be notoriously dry, and this is not what we're trying to do right now. So we're going to pop it in the oven at 180 degrees. And how you calculate the time for any breast or turkey that you're cooking is using the 40 mins per kilo rule. So 40 mins, 2.2 kilograms, that's 88 minutes, that's basically an hour and a half. And then we're going to move on to make the glaze. So I've got some orange juice in a bowl, and I like to get all of the bits as well. And then we're going to use some maple syrup, add that, and then we're also going to add in some more of the jerk seasoning, and this is like a spicy sweet glaze, but it's not like the normal stuff that we put on jerk chicken. This is different because it's a different dish. And when you've got 30 minutes left to go of your cooking time, you want to take the turkey breast crown out, remove the foil, and put all of that glaze over the top with all of the bits and everything, and then you're going to pop it back into the oven for the remaining 30 minutes uncovered at 200 degrees. And then every 10 minutes or so I take it out and I baste it, and I just run the juices that are in the pan over the top, and it helps give it a really nice golden colour. And then once the time is up, you take it out of the oven, and this is basically what it should look like. Amazing. It's got a nice deep dark colour, all of that flavour. We're taking that string off, and it won't fall apart because we tied it up nice and tightly, didn't we? And it just looks so good. It's not your usual bland pale turkey, and when you cut it, you've got that nice little surprise inside with that sweet and savoury plantain stuffing. You can see that the bird is not looking dry at all. It's literally falling, well, not falling apart, but you know, it's just so juicy. I love it so much. I hope you guys enjoyed this video as much as I did. This is something that I really like to make, and my family really like it too. So if you want to do something different this year, definitely check out this recipe, and also check out the sorrel and cranberry sauce that I made to go alongside it. It's the perfect pairing, and it will really help elevate the dish. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please remember to give me a thumbs up. Leave a comment as well. How do you usually do your turkey? And don't forget to check me out on all my social media. And I shall see you guys next time. Mwah!